Hello Rowledge School. In case you don't remember, I'm Beth. I do kids work stuff at St James with Adele and Reverend Russ. And today we've been doing a bit of a series talking you through some of the sort of elements of the church, what the church is. And today I'm talking to you about prayer.
First we did belonging, then we did worship, and now we're doing prayer.
Now, I know for like a lot of people, if you say the word prayer, it immediately gets kind of scary because it's like, oh, I have to say this, and then this, and then this, and then I finish with amen, and it has to be serious, and you have to do this, and you have to do this, and there's a lot of rules, and there are different ways of praying, and it all feels a bit complicated and serious. But actually, the way I pray personally isn't anything like that. Often I end up just chatting because all prayer is being able to talk to God, and that might be saying thank you so much because I had a lovely day today after having a really tough week, or I'm really worried about my friend, can you help me look after her? That's all prayer is. It's talking to God, it's lifting your worries to him, it's being excited with him because he loves when we're excited and we get joyful and we tell him all about our day because he absolutely loves that. Prayer is like you're chatting to a friend. If you don't talk to your friends, you're not going to really get to know them. And that's exactly what prayer is. When you talk to your friends, when you talk to God, you're just getting to know him and him getting to know you. And that is basically it. But in the church, there are different ways of doing this. So some people find it difficult to just sit there and talk when you can't physically see something in front of you. And I can understand that. I also struggle with that sometimes. So the church decided that it would come up with a couple of different ways that it can help you pray. So there are different things like the Lord's Prayer, which I know you guys know, which was Jesus' way of saying, if you're struggling with what to say, these are the basics. You're saying, thank you that you give us food, you let us eat. Help us to deal with the people that we struggle with in life, that we might argue with and things like that. Thank you that you're always looking after us. Help me to be good. Jesus was giving the basics of what you can say in prayer in case you're struggling with what to say, and that's all the Lord's Prayer is. And from that, the church has made lots of other different prayers that can help people to pray what they might be thinking or worrying about without actually having to think about the words, without having to worry that what they're saying is wrong or right. They can just kind of chat to God in their own way. So I hope this has helped you learn more about what prayer is and hopefully make it seem a little bit less scary. Honestly, all it is talking. And I know for a fact a lot of you can do talking really well. So that's all it is. And the church has just helped to find some ways of doing it. If you want to, you can go ahead and find a little space and you can spend a bit of time praying. Often what I do in church on Sundays with the kids who come to that is that I just give them a couple of questions, or I get them to think about a couple of questions before they start praying that they might want to ask Jesus, or a couple of things they want to tell him about or anything like that before they start praying. So if they worry about what they're going to say, they already know what they're going to say. They've already had a little think about it before the moment actually happens. So if you want to, why don't you go find yourself a quiet spot in your house, if you have one left, and spend a bit of time praying, thinking about what maybe you want to give to God. If there are any worries or anything you're feeling sad about, this is the perfect thing to be able to pray it to God and ask him for help with. So I hope this has helped you guys think what prayer is. Next week, I can't remember who's doing it next week, but we're continuing this little theme of what the church's different elements are. So I hope you really enjoyed this. I hope you're all keeping really safe, and hopefully we'll see you really soon. Bye!